Hey, Grand Ascension, everybody. It's me, Baby Girl Slaughter, aka Niecy Denise, back to do a short video. Today is Friday, October, I think the 10th, and I'm out here at lunch getting some sun, and I just wanted to make a really quick video. This morning, I reshared a video from JWTV, or was it last night? I don't know. JWTV, as well as Night God, concerning 3i Atlas. And one of them had a news clip from one of the major stations that I don't watch that stuff. It's either Fox or CNN, and they were talking about the fact that this could well be a alien ship as is approaching, because it's changed its trajectory. I think it's close to Mars at this point, and saying that people are going to be talking about it from now until next year, with the approach of this thing that's, sorry, I'm looking at the squirrel. The approach of this thing is that it comes into our view and everything. So my thing is, the reason why I posted it, because I really want you guys to understand that there is a lot at play. You've got Trump with the battle of these different states, deploying the National Guard. Then you've got us being bombarded with peace talks between Netanyahu and Palestine, because I don't consider that to be Israel at all. I know what they did based on the Balfour Declaration. And so to me, that's always going to be Palestine. I will not recognize that as Israel. You've got that as a distraction. You've got Putin with Ukraine as a distraction. There are a lot of things that are going on that are distractions. And my point of making this video is to keep you guys on point and let you guys know that no matter what they say, you got to understand one basic thing. This is a closed dome system, right? So anything that we see in the sky is going to be a projection. All right. And you got to understand that these beings that were here a very, very long time ago have major technology where they can set up, they can hollow out a planet and create a base. All right. Like I said, they have technology light years from us. We're not even on the scale. I think we're still a type 0 civilization. I don't even think we made type 1 or type 2 yet. Okay. So you got to understand that when they start throwing these things out, you got to understand that there's something coming down the pipeline. There have been maps that have been released. Multiple people have talked about it on different content creators and podcasts have talked about the world being restructured, resets, Tartary. And then you've got people who were in the military, U.S. government, stating that this plane of existence is flat. All right, because they've been in the military. Chief Rebwolf has even said that. Another gentleman actually showed it. I reshared it. My point is that they're bombarding you, one, to keep you high stress, cortisol levels. What do they do? Fear, reaction, provide a solution, and they create havoc because they're trying to usher in a one world government. They've been doing this since the fall of Tartary in the 1700s. They've reconstructed this world, and they've slowly been escalating or getting to this point to where they are now. If there is something that comes about with this, quote, 3i Atlas, then they're going to run a fake alien invasion where you're going to see these ships coming out of the sky. They're going to be parked over the different cities around the world. This is all a ploy to gain control. I've already read to you guys and explained to you guys that there are lands beyond the ice walls. There are other alien civilizations, extraterrestrial civilizations, extraterra, meaning outside these ice walls. And there are entities that are here within these ice walls with us that live underground. And I'm talking about underground cities as well as deep underground bases, okay? All the world governments are in cahoots with this stuff. You guys got to see it for what it is. Not only do they have a government that runs underground, it's 23 levels or 33 levels above the current president. So like the president runs the corporation on the surface, but there are other entities that run this world below the surface. And you guys have to understand that. You got to wrap your heads around that. So anything that you see in the news, you need to question what they're not telling us, right? So for example, when I say that there could be a fake alien invasion, it is more than likely one, either those entities, the reptilians, the 9 different factions. See, these are 7 or 9 different factions that are here on this planet, okay? Then you've got other entities that have been here as well that come and go. But you've got to understand this is all pushing towards AI, a one world government. The digital ID is being pushed. You can't work in Great Britain if you don't have the quote unquote digital ID. The real ID ties into the digital ID. They're trying to get rid of currency like cash, and they want everything to be digital so that they can control. It's all about control. It's always been about control, you guys. And you know, when you took the jab, you're not understanding that certain components within that jab has pretty much changed your DNA structure. And if you look at the laws and you look at the pamphlets when you read stuff, how they word stuff and how they pass these laws under, like, say, for example, the One Big Beautiful Bill, you know, they may sign off on, I'm giving you an example, 50 different laws, but because it's by quote unquote bipartisanship and everybody wants their hands in the pocket in the pot, they will add on another 50 bills. So by the time you get the legislation passed, you're looking at 100 different bills when 50 were on the books, 50 more were slid in, and you got to read what they're asking and what they're passing or voting on. So my point is that we don't need to be worried about that. It's funny, but it's not funny. It's interesting, but it isn't interesting. The main focus should always be on you, the kingdom of heaven within you, building your temple and going within and staying focused to developing your relationship with the All-Father or the creator of all. You need to reconnect with that source. We're not taught to do that. We're not taught to meditate. We're not taught to fast. We're not taught to know when our seed drops once a month, 12 times a year. 1 month out of every calendar year, we have this phenomenal thing that takes place within the human body that no one actually thinks about, and it's not really talked about, which is the holy sciences, or the science of sacred secretion, what our body goes through, the alchemical process that it goes through, so that you can prepare yourself to become Christed, to earn that title, to gain that title. But you got to do the work spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mentally. It's all about reconnecting to source. It's always been. Just because you go into these so quote unquote churches to be taught by these religious doctrines, okay, you're only taught the surface of what it means. I told you, it's multi-layer. There's 3 to 4 layers within that scripture. When you're reading it just on the surface. There's more to it than what you think. So I'm just saying this, look, you guys got to focus on going within. The biggest deception is for them to keep you outside yourself and to keep you focused on buy this, eat this, wear this, drink this, take this vacation, go to this club, do this, have family get-togethers, weddings, whatever. That's all great, but you need to understand that you have to go within. Nobody's going to save you. There's not going to be this magical being in the sky that's going to come and save you. You got to save yourself. Okay, the time is now. Christ has returned, and you would know that if you go within so that you could become Christed. All right, it's a process. It's all encoded. All right, it's mysticism. It's an alchemical process that happens within you. And, you know, people are going around here duped. First of all, they don't know who the hell they are and what they represent, what the beautiful gift they have inside them. And then you got to look at, we've been lied to about every single thing. So when you come into this knowledge, it's kind of difficult for people to assimilate because they're still holding on to this fictional world that was given to you since birth. And there will be many people that will die defending this fictional world. Okay. And if it's what you want to do, then so be it. Okay. I'm not talking to you. This is for, what do you call it? Educational purposes. Some people say entertainment. Then keep scrolling and don't listen to any of my videos. But for those of you who actually understand what I'm saying, then don't allow that shit to move you. You take it in, you see it for what it is, you keep moving, and you start preparing. You know, there's going to come a time where it's going to be another thing besides COVID that's going to happen, okay? With this fake alien invasion coming, perhaps they're going to shut the power off. You're going to see all kinds of crazy shit. People are going to be panicking. They're going to want to run to churches. They're going to run to the government. The National Guard's going to be deployed. It's going to be crazy, all right? But you can stay steadfast and calm within and be centered, because once you're tapped into the source, all this other shit ain't gonna make no difference. I'm just gonna tell you. So I'm on that journey. I'm on that path. I need to remove myself from certain things taken in from my diet. All right. And I also need to start really hitting hard Pilates and yoga. I really need to focus on more meditation, and I definitely got to get my breath work game up. Okay. But I'm just telling you these things in love, because I post it because I find it interesting. But I know right off the bat that these custodians are on some shit. And like I said before, when reading Claudio Naselli's work, No Scaphandrum, and then also reading Guy Anderson's work, Gerald Clark, David Icke, all of these people, okay, we're all pretty much tying in the pieces for you, but you got to be able to do the research, and you got to have the discernment to see it for what it is, okay? It's all external. They're pushing this external thing to keep you from going internal, because we have a great power that we can tap into. That's why they work so hard to spray the skies, to poison us, to strip the minerals from the soil, to poison the waters with PFAS, heavy metals spraying, the fake food, the engineered mosquitoes. I mean, the happy sauce, the ouchie fauchis. I mean, the happy sauce injections. They're working around the clock to keep us from going within. And now this is the time where there will be some of us that will wake up to the bullshit, and then many of the others will be lost. And that's okay, because not everyone is going to be Christed or saved. Not everyone is going to make it back and ascend, okay? And you got to understand that. And there's a lot of people walking around that look like you and I, but are not of us. They don't have the inner dialogue. They don't have the inner monologue. And those are the people that's going to push back on this information, that what I'm sharing, right? Just going to simply say, you know, once you wake up to the truth of the things, that everything that you've been taught is really, quite frankly, a lie, and there's an alternative version of events in history. When you start going down the rabbit hole, you see it for what it is, right? But the majority of people can't put it together. That's because they don't steal their mind. They don't go back to center. They don't focus on the one true infinite source, the God mind, the creator of all, the great consciousness, the great spirit. That has never left you. It's always been within you, all right? You just haven't tapped into it. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And remember what I always say, you be the change you want to see all around this Earth Dome, because it's up to you and I to make a positive change. I hope this has been helpful. I'll talk to you guys soon.